this video, I'm going to talk about how you can apply for a job position in Canada. I'm going to talk mostly about physical therapy resident position, and it also would apply to PTA position and a registered PT position. The application process is pretty much the same. Here, I would want to emphasize on the attitude that you go in when you're going for an interview. So let's get started. So, as many of you know, I'm a resident PT in Canada, and I was looking for jobs predominantly in Mississauga, and I also applied for a few positions in Toronto. I got called for a couple of interviews, but then I figured Toronto is too far for me, and I don't really want to go there. But that's a different story. So yeah. I was in that process, and that's the reason why I'm not, posting many videos nowadays. I'm kind of busy with that thing, with applying and everything else. So let's get started without further delay. So the first thing first, you need a registration number. If you are a PT, if you are a resident PT or a registered PT, if you are a PTA, you don't really need a registration number from College Ontario. But for all those three positions, make sure, for PTA, I'm not sure if your employer is covering it for you or not, but if not, then you need a liability insurance, a professional liability insurance. If anything happens to your client while you're treating them, then your insurance would cover you. So make sure you have that. With that in hand, let's get started. Let's talk about how you apply. So my go-to process is that I'll go online, I'll look up on indeed.com, I'll look up for the available jobs in the nearby location. I usually put a 15 to 20 kilometers radius, and then I just look for physical therapy positions in Mississauga, Ontario. Usually initially I used to see 5 to 10 jobs. Now I'm seeing more than 20-25. So because of everything is reopening now, so there are more jobs in the market right now. So if you are out there applying, good luck, you might get a good job. So once you go on Indeed, you look up for the job. Now you need to upload your resume. Make sure your resume is just one page, not a lengthy big resume with all the details. Just the basic details: your education, your licensing, your personal details, your skills, your past experiences, and any specific thing that you feel is really important that you should let the employer know. Any specific skill basically that you want them to know, put that in your resume. A single page resume is good. Upload it on Indeed and wait for the employer to get in touch with you. So this is the process. Pretty simple. Go online, look for the positions, apply. Now there are other unconventional ways. You can also go on Kijiji. Many people are now, because Indeed sometimes asks you to pay, right, to pay a certain amount to put a job position. Because when I was doing that in New York, I knew that Indeed was asking for a certain amount to put their ad for physiotherapy requirement, right? So Kijiji and Facebook Marketplace, these are the two places where employers don't really have to pay anything, and then they can still put up their requirements. So on Kijiji, sometimes you'll find that PTA needed, or PT resident needed, or registered PT needed, those kind of requirements. So look up on Kijiji, look up on Facebook Marketplace, just submit their resume. And so I would suggest that you send a cover letter too, meaning in the cover letter explain, this is my name, I'm interested in the offered position, I have so and so years of experience, and this is my skill set, and I would really want to get in touch with you to talk about the details. And that's pretty much it. You're done. You have sent in your application. Now you just have to wait. Let's say you get a call and they say, because of COVID, usually there's a Zoom session, right? So people would say, let's meet for a Zoom interview. Talk to them. Make sure that you ask good questions. Make sure you ask about your benefits. Make sure you ask about the sick leaves, the insurance benefits that you get, if you have a car, if there's a parking place available, things like that. What I want you to focus on right now is that there are some some employers who would behave in a way that they are doing you a favor by giving you the job. I'm not saying everyone out there does that, but I have seen a few people in Mississauga, and they did that. So make sure that they get the idea that it's you understand that this is a two-way give and take. It's not that it's just them helping you out, but it's also that you guys are treating their patients, and you guys are helping them get the money, and that's why they are paying you. So with that attitude, you have to go in the interview. And just a second, I'll be back. Okay, so where was I? Yeah, so the attitude that you go in with during the interviewing process. So let the employer know that you don't really have to let the employer know. It's pretty much for you, that you need that confidence within yourself that you are helping the employer, and that's why the employer is paying you. That's the deal. They're not doing a favor, right? So you go in, you talk about your experience, you ask them how many patients usually come here, what do you want me to do, what would my duties be, would I get help, would I get a lunch break, would it be paid or unpaid, things like this. And then you also have to say what are my working hours, how many hours a day, or are you going to give me a fixed schedule, or it's going to be variable. If it's going to be variable, would you let me know ahead of time, and things like that. So make sure you discuss this kind of questions. And yeah, that's it. Ask a lot of questions. I'm not saying ask just complete questions that make no sense, but ask questions that you find relevant. Any doubt, any discussion that you do on the day of interview is really good, because later on that stays the same. The negotiation that you did on the very first day of your interview stays the same for the rest of the time of your employment, right? So make sure you negotiate on the right terms, make sure you use your rights, and also you know that what these are the duties that you are expected to fulfill as a PTA, as a PT, or as a registered PT. So yeah, this is just my 2 piece of advice from what I went through. So talking about what I did, I think I have so far interviewed for like 6 to 7 places. I'm working at a clinic for like 2 days a week right now, and I'm thinking of working more hours. I'm in between, I don't know. And I'm doing some online work. So yeah, I'm doing pretty good deal of online work. But yeah, I'm annoyed with online work, but that's there. So that's my scenario. So just in case you want a real life scene as of what is happening. So that's there. But the good news is now there are more jobs post-COVID. Not post-COVID, we are still not in that phase of me calling it post-COVID, but now there are many clinics which are reopening slowly, and there are jobs which are available in the market. Again, the competition is there because of COVID. Many small businesses have impacted, and many people are getting laid off. So now is a difficult time actually to start looking for jobs, but if you look hard enough, you'll find one. So with that attitude, and with that hope, I'll leave you guys. I'll see you in another video. Leave your doubts in the comment section. I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. Take care. See you next video. Bye bye.